suggest you follow my lead.
Effa, I want you to remember how you even got in a position to buy this club.
Oh, y'all thought the Pink had done her last dance. But this a whole new day, a whole new Pink.
Congratulations on the reopening of the Pink.
Y'all, she's ready. Siobhan is ready. Y'all ready for the reopening? Come on, let's go.
We're ready. So what can fans expect from P-Valley Season 2?
You can expect the unexpected, for sure. I think that this season, a lot of people have predictions on what has happened, on what will happen ever since Murder Night, where we left off in Season 1. I think that the writers, Katori Hall, all of the writers in the room this year have done an amazing job in subverting the expectation. What all can you expect? I think you can expect to see these characters in a much deeper way. I think you can expect to see them really, really have a lot of light. I want to say this, it costs something to stand in the sun, to stand in your own light and to shine. And I think that Uncle Clifford, Mercedes, Lil Murda, Keyshawn, Miss Mississippi, Autumn Night, all of the characters, Andre, are really fighting tooth and nail through this pandemic to find their way to the sun.
And speaking of Murder Night, Mercedes, Diamond, Uncle Clifford, and Autumn Night seem to be haunted by the Paradise Room. Can you shed any light on that?
Well, where we left off on Murder Night, which was, and Season 2 picks up 5 months later, right? I think that this time of COVID and the pandemic of it all, we all have been haunted by several different things, whether it's loss of life, on top of the fact of what happened in that Paradise Room. I think that there's a call to what may have slipped by in the past. I think that both Mercedes, because we don't know what happened in that room with Montavious, you definitely find that out in Season 2. And I think that because it was such a traumatic thing that did happen on Murder Night, that you can't help but to be haunted by it, especially during a time when you're in the midst of a pandemic and there are people that are getting sick all around you. The club is closed down, then it opens up, it closes. Like businesses, small businesses across the world were in a state of flux. You didn't know when you could open. You didn't know when you had to be closed. The laws, it changed. So I think that level of haunting is real as well.
Uncle Clifford and her grandma Ernestine have the cutest relationship. What's it like working with the legend that is Loretta Devine?
First of all, I love that you know that she is a legend, because she is breathtaking. She was on my vision board to work with at some point in time in my career, like in life, not necessarily attached to this project. And when they told me that she was going to play, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
She is so everything. I think it's important sometimes as an artist to work intergenerationally. And a lot of times we don't get that opportunity. The show definitely highlights different community members and from marginalized communities. And I just think sometimes we don't always get to hear our elders and their stories and see them full of life and them express love, and go for it. And to see Ernestine, battle through her diabetes and have her blindness, but still have a zeal for life.
Yeah.
I think it's everything. It's something that as I play Uncle Clifford, it lets me know, oh, nothing can stop you.
Yeah.
You will always be able to go. Keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've got a perfect storm brewing with Autumn Night owning majority of the club, and new strippers Whisper and Roulette, who are set to kind of break all of Uncle Clifford's rules. So how will Uncle Clifford regain control of the Pink?
Oh, there's so much going on in Chucalissa. There is so much going on. These rules exist for a reason, but that roulette and that whisper insist on breaking them. But I also think that Uncle Clifford is breaking a couple of her own rules as well to stay afloat, to keep the business afloat, and to find her own happiness. You know, she's doing some things. Sometimes like, wait, should you have done that? I don't know. Listen, I had to do it in the moment. But everyone has had those moments, right? I think it's just such a real human experience. What I know is that Uncle Clifford is going to fight tooth and nail and claw and eyelash too, to be able to keep this place open, because there's too many people that depend on it. And also, you know, the pink is a point of legacy for her. It has been passed down over the generations. Uncle Clifford told Autumn Night that in season 1, I think it was somewhere around episode 3, that, you know, I own the place and this place has been passed down. So this season, in season 2, you get to get it more into that backstory to see how this place was a cotton mill, and then it transformed into a juke joint, and then it transformed into, there was a passing of hands between Ernestine and Uncle Clifford's mother, Beulah, and then from Beulah to Uncle Clifford. So there's a gap shift that happened there, and that's where we get caught in and you get more of the story and backstory season 2.
Uncle Clifford's outfits are incredible. Do you have any input into what she wears?
I do. Well, first of all, they all come from the page, right? Katori has an idea, and there the trailers out, so we can talk about one of the first looks. This Crown Royal cape. It's a cape that Uncle Clifford has, and it's purple and it's gold. Crown Royal is a cognac, whiskey, you know, and it's a lot of, they come with a little bag. The wine comes in this little purple bag with the little gold piping on it. So during the pandemic, like a lot of us, had too many drinks. So Uncle Clifford had 153 bottles of Crown Royal. And instead of throwing away the bag, she created a cape from this material from all these little bags. So for me, the wardrobe always comes from a point of story, you know? So I know that anytime that Uncle Clifford is going to the plantation, because that is a place where our ancestors worked cotton fields and mined, I think Uncle Clifford knows a little bit more of her African history and knows that there's a level of royalty that comes with it. So anytime I go to sacred ground, you must be dressed up. So that's where the Southern belle of it all comes from it, you know, with your parasol, your bustle, or your flowing materials. There's always just some level of grandeur that comes when you go to the plantation. So it starts on the page.
Little Murda has been pining for Uncle Clifford, but she seems to not be able to forgive Little Murda for leaving her out in the cold. Will the two of them reconcile and get back together?
I first of all, I love the way you asked that question, because you've been making someone over there pine, I can tell yourself. I think, you know, that whole cat and mouse thing it's an interesting and entertaining thing, right? But at a certain point and at a certain age, it's too much. Like, just tell the truth, you know, and walk in that. I think that those two characters, especially Little Murda, played by J. Alphonse Nicholson, being hyper masculine and still owning his truth or trying to find his truth, and Uncle Clifford over here in this non-binary space, how can they really merge their way together? I think that that's a journey that's definitely a part that happens in season 2. Will it happen? I don't know. And how it happens, if it were to, if you're asking me, I know it would take something extremely major to happen in order for Uncle Clifford and Little Murda to get back together. Like, that would not be just a I'm sorry kind of a thing. You know, when someone hurts you like that, you have to do a lot more than just talk.
Yeah, and Little Murda said he's sorry, and Uncle Clifford's just not having it. She's just like, no.
Been there, done that. Because this year, Uncle Clifford turns 40. So as a 40-year-old and dealing with someone that's like half your age, you know, it's like, wait, whoa. You know, there's certain things that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sacrifice this part of myself, because I've worked too hard to have this level of understanding and acceptance of myself, and I'm not letting anybody else take that away.
Would you be up for returning for season 3 of P-Valley?
Would you have me back?
Yes.
All right then. Well, let's open up them doors. Yes.
There's no Pink without Uncle Clifford.
I absolutely would. Thank you for that. But like, if this ride as an actor is astronomical. I am very well aware of the blessed space that I'm in. It's been a lot of hard work to get here. It's been a long time. And so I'm happy. It feels like, let's go. It feels like the beginning, to be honest. You guys were introduced to these characters in season 1, but season 2, you get to the heart. You get to like, yeah, this is who I knew them to be. And like, now we have the time, we have more episodes, there's space, and the show is moving in a space where I think that you really are going to be like, yo, what am I watching? What am I watching? This is a show about strippers? No, it's a show about human beings that work in a strip club.